Hey Taurus, I'm here to do your Pathfinder quest read. And I thought, what better time than on your full moon, the beaver moon? It's all going down, or rather, it went down earlier today. Okay, a little double entendre there, a little innuendo there. There might be a little bit of this energy around your collective right now. I also feel like your message is well timed for the collective too, because you are really opening up the energy of this next lunar cycle we're moving through that will be culminating with the new moon in Sagittarius that comes in on November 30th or December 1st, depending on where you are in the world. So we're going to open up with looking at your paths. And we're looking at the path you have been on up to this point, the path you're leaving behind. We're looking at the path that is your current view, your current perspective of your path, just from what vantage point you're looking at it, not having those missing pieces of the puzzle. And then we're going to look at the hidden path that is going to be revealed to you this lunar cycle that will influence how you move forward. We are also going to look at any kind of wild card elements you need to be aware of as you move forward toward the activation of your North Node, your destiny, as you make your claim for that stone of destiny. We're also going to see what magics you need to carry you forward, as well as do a proper quest read to get all the details for you. And I'm even going to pull out some letters at the end, so stay tuned, okay? But I do think the collective can benefit from this, no matter what sign you are, just to understand the territory we are moving through with this full moon. And I might do it like this in the future, just give a read for whatever sign is hosting that moon and really dive deep and let the collective grok the information they need from that. Might be a kind of a cool way to move forward. All right, let's check it out, Taurus. Without further ado, this is for any significant Taurus placement. If you have a prominent placement in the second house, or if you're a Scorpio rising, that makes you a Taurus descendant. And you'll likely find a lot of resonance with this read. All right, let's dive in and let's see what are the paths before Taurus this lunar cycle. What is the path that Taurus is leaving behind? What is the path that Taurus sees before them presently from their current perspective? And what is the hidden path that will be revealed to Taurus by that new moon in Sagittarius that will be coming in November 30th, December 1st, depending on where you are in the world? We're going to do this nice and clean. We're going to do a cut of 3, starting first with the hidden path, the future path, the path that is not yet seen. And this is going to lead us next to the present path from your current vantage point. What are you seeing as the possibilities before you right now, or the road you're prepared to step on in this moment? And then this is the path you're leaving behind. We're going to look at the baseline energy, the bottom of the deck energy, and then we're going to look at the top card. And that's it, folks. We're keeping it real clean. Okay, so what you're leaving behind is an unnecessary fear. I think you're finally putting your fears to rest. There may have even been something that came in for you around the harvest moon in relation to that. That was a significant moon that came in that was really part of tying up a long-standing karmic cycle. And that came in back on September 17th. It was in the sign of Pisces. You could have been dealing with a Pisces. You could have been dealing with a 12th house matter. You could have been dealing with a high priestess run amok, okay? Whatever this is, I don't know. Were you afraid someone did a little graveyard magic on you? Were you taking some precautionary measures? It's possible. Whatever it was, rest in peace to that energy. It was an unnecessary fear. I think you realize that. Let's see what the top of the deck energy is here. Yes. And there's something here, perhaps, that you've been afraid to reveal for a while, but I feel like you're shedding this cloak. You're shedding this cloak of imperceptibility, and you're ready to let yourself be seen in all of your authenticity here, okay? This is about being bold with it. being bold with who you are, not being afraid of letting people see who you are, not being afraid of speaking your truth, not afraid of being transparent, of allowing yourself to be seen. When at one point you may have been in the shadows. Why? Because of an unnecessary fear. So this is a really good, strong energy to begin with here. I feel like moving forward, there's no more concealment here. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. You don't need your cloak of imperceptibility anymore. You gain your power through facing your fears. So let's see, how are you viewing your path before you presently? You don't know what's ahead. The future is veiled to you, and you're okay with that. You're like, I'm just going to greet it as it comes. I'm not going to try to plan things anymore. I'm just going to respond spontaneously to it. I think things work out better that way. That way I can go with my gut. I can be more authentic in my choices too, because I don't have like all these like sort of machinations put in place. I have all my sort of order of operations here. You know, you started to realize that for all the planning you do, things can sure run amok. I mean, that word already came in for you. Amok, maybe things have been amok. You're ready for them to be amore. Amore, perhaps, I don't know. Is love part of that future? That remains to be seen. Something is veiled right now. It's not meant to be seen. I also think you have to kind of feel your way through. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, we got regret. You're wondering, does your future hold an opportunity for you to recover something that you regret losing? It could be an opportunity. It could be a person. It could be a part of yourself. Okay. But you're not sure. You're not sure. Maybe you don't know how to even begin to go about doing this, the first steps you should take in this matter. Okay. There's something you can't see. Whatever you can't see is what's kind of keeping you in this place of staying in regret. Okay. I think this is still weighing on you. You're not over this regret, whatever this regret is. So let's see the hidden path that's going to be coming into view for you by the new moon in Sagittarius on November 30th, December 1st. Let's see the basis of that path. It's a time for pausing before all the action goes down. And actually, a lot of signs are getting this message here. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. What happens next doesn't really pop off until the winter time, but when it opens up with a bang. Okay, so I feel like right now, rest while you can. Right now, respect what you're releasing. Because once you move forward here, there's no looking back. I really picked that up. And I think that things are going to pick up in the winter time. Also, look for the full moon that comes in December to be quite significant. A monumental moon for you, I'm hearing, okay? And it could have something to do with something finally coming into alignment. Like it's not a dream anymore. It's here, rooted in material reality. I say that because it came in with 8-11 energy to 8-22. So this may be when you partner up with somebody. You may be going to the mountains. You may be going to a winter wonderland, okay? Okay, winter wonderland. Somebody really loves winter. It's their favorite season. You might be going skiing. I think whatever this is, and yes, it does look like it comes in with the full moon that will be in December. I'm not sure when that falls yet, but we'll pin it down in the comments after this airs so you can have a look at it. Whatever this is, it makes you feel great peace with what has come to a close because now you're opening up to infinite possibilities. I see like a snow globe, only you're in the snow globe. Like that's what the perspective looks like. I don't know where you are, but I'm seeing you like looking up at the sky. And with wherever you're sitting, it almost has that effect. Like you can see the roundness of the Earth's barrier. You know, you see the roundness on the horizon. And so you're looking up at the stars and you're seeing all these beautiful stars, but there's snow falling too. And there's something about that. You feel like you're in a snow globe. I kind of like the analogy that's coming out of this. It's like Yeah, things may have gotten really shaken up, but you don't get to see the beauty and the magic of a snow globe until it gets shaken up a bit, right? So there's something about that coming in here, kind of a cool message for that to come through, right? So, yes, you're hoping to get an opportunity to recover something or do something that you regret never doing, okay? And you're not going to be hiding anymore. I feel like you're really coming out here. You're letting yourself be seen, right? Excuse me. All right, we're going to check out what wild card elements are in play that you need to be aware of here. You do need to be aware of a little hanger-on energy that's around you, and it's just some meaningless garbage. It means to be helpful, but it could make kind of a mess of things. Okay, you still have an energy that's hanging around you that you're kind of dragging forward with you. It's giving me the vibe of like bag lady. Okay, there's something here that it's time to kind of like bundle it up, send it on its go, leave it behind in the past. You don't want to have this past go with you. You want to send it on its go. Yeah, look at this, the decision maker. See, I think there's something you haven't executed yet that you're preparing to. The decision maker here, you're making a choice of head over loins here, and you are cutting off a particularly naughty situation. It might have been a little bit naughty, but it ended up being kind of a restrictive influence. It might have gotten a little messy. You may have felt confused for a while as to whether or not you should keep this in play, if you should cut this off. I feel like you are cutting this off. Yeah, because you're about to take a walk on the wild side with the weird tree here. You want to recover a lost opportunity. You feel like on the way to destiny, you sort of took a side quest there. I mean, it did get you some knowledge. It may have hung you up for a while, I have to say, but it did gain you some knowledge you couldn't have gotten otherwise. I think you got clear vision here, but you do realize you're a little off track. So there's something you want to adjust here. You want to adjust your course a little bit, but I feel like you got to cut off some meaningless garbage first, and you already know what this is. It's a particular influence in your life that's sort of like, coming forward in such a way that they're trying to be helpful, but they kind of make a mess of things, and then you're the one who cleans up this mess. And I think you're starting to spot a pattern here. You're ready to let that go. Okay, give me any other details here for Taurus about wildcard elements they need to be aware of as they prepare to head out on their quest toward that stone of destiny to transform the hand of fate into the winning hand, the hand that has them landed in their north node and activating the way forward on their terms from an empowered place, feeling good, feeling fine, okay? Let's see. Yeah, somebody's getting a vision of their future self here, man. They really are. They're like, I don't want to be like this future grandma looking back on yesteryear, on all the tail I had back in the day, when I was footloose and fancy free here. There's something about feeling like time is really passed. And there's something here too that you've had your eye on for a while. Cat energy, it's playfulness, yes, but it's also secrecies that you've had, like maybe somebody you've had your eye on in secret for a while now. But it's like something that's always like just passed you by. And you might be looking at this now and going, you know what? I don't know if I want to pass that pussycat by this time. What happens? What happens when I'm old and gray here? You know? Also, somebody may be finding out that they're going to be a grandma. It's really making them think of when they were younger. And there's something here about really reflecting on time and realizing that time is short. Okay? Time is short. And you can't keep sitting here like a robo dodo because you're only sabotaging yourself. as long as you hold this truth back, okay? I see that. And yes, there's something you're cutting yourself free from here, and there's something that you're willing to fight for. And to me, it looks like you're willing to fight for your right party. We do have this super horny porno owl here, okay? But this looks like somebody's hungry for a little otherworldly love, right? Somebody may have even been trying to connect on the ether. You know what I'm saying? They know how to do that astral wizardry, you know, to get in your drawers, okay? Robo Dodo. I mean, somebody may like to play with toys and sort of try to call you in, try to manifest you. It's coming through. Hey, this is an adult channel for adults only. If you're under 18, you shouldn't be here, all right? But I feel that. It's sort of like, it's this energy, the way it's coming through. It's like, you got to use it while you got it. That's how I feel. I got to use it while I got it. And so you might be cutting yourself free from something. And here we got the shitty acoustic guitar guy, just as ready to rock it in the free world, maybe reclaim some of their glory days, you know? And yeah, they're tired of just sort of settling for the fantasy. That's what I see. They're like, look, man, life's passing me by. And I have to say, for those attracted to shitty acoustic guitar guys, this may be you saying, I can't just like fantasize about this anymore. I want to really experience it, you know? Maybe that means you need to cut off some, you know, meaningless garbage in order to embrace somebody that, you know, might be outside the box, might not even be the type you think you normally go for, but you're starting to realize, like, you know, this person's got you a little like, you know, moon-eyed here, I see, you know. You sort of feel hypnotized by them. You know, hey, they're free. And maybe that's what you really dig about them. I have to say that. And the fact that it looks like this character here's got quite the bulge, quite a unit on that one. All right. So that might have something to do with it too, I have to say. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Any other details here about wild card elements? All right. Yeah. Somebody feels like the advancement of time, like time's ticking. I better get on this quick, man. It's decision time. It's decision time, okay? Somebody doesn't want it to just be a fantasy anymore. Some chaos wizard out there is tired of just charging up those sigils with their fantasies, you know? They're ready to make it happen in reality. Before you get too old, too, this shitty acoustic guitar guy. Yeah, you know, it's like we gotta capture the glory days. Neither of us are spring chickens anymore. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. This might be for some Generation Xers that's coming in here. Let's see what else we got coming in. All right, let's see. Any other wild card elements that Taurus should be aware of here? Any other wild card elements? Some person here is totally like doing surveillance, so like they are really keeping an eye on somebody here. It's like, okay, are you gonna like do something about it or not? Like, yeah, you gotta make a decision here. You know, just why tie yourself up in knots over this? Like trying to make up your mind, just do it already. You know, how many excuses you got? You know, it's up to you if you live in regret, you know, or whether you live by your truth. That's all you, man. Okay. All I know is it looks like you're entertaining some meaningless garbage, and that just doesn't make sense. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of power dynamics in this situation. Do express the feminine here that once felt like they were a pawn to really like exercise their power in a very strong way because they feel like they were manipulated in the past. This may even be somebody who's being a little too controlling in terms of trying to exercise their power. I do got like mojo bag energy here with restraining the masculine, okay? Somebody likes to add things. They like to add things to food, to drinks. You should be aware of this too. Okay. You may have already had insight about this. This is somebody who wants to have a new beginning with somebody romantically, but they can't just like come up and out with it. Instead, they go on surveillance. You know, they have catfish accounts. You know, they charge up sigils. They play people like pawns and try to manipulate things. You know, and meanwhile, time is ticking. Look at how much time has passed. You know. And I do feel like there is somebody here who's really a free spirit. And they may have cut themselves free from this. Somebody may have already made a decision, I have to say. And the person who could have already made a decision here is the shitty acoustic guitar guy, because we see they're actually free. And they're rocking in the free world. I mean, that's what I heard with them. Okay. Let me do a cut of deck here. Yeah, somebody's like, I'm not going to be hanging up here at the crossroads like some kind of nobody. Nobody's going to hang me up. I'm going to cut myself free. This is a very like trickster kind of energy here. They have some happiness. They have their sights set on. They're ready to transform a situation here. You could be a Scorpio rising. This could be coming in pretty strongly for you. It also reminds me of Pisces. With the hangman, so you could have a strong Pisces placement in your chart, but you know you got your sights set on something. I heard I got my sights set on you. What is that, a George Harrison song? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and somebody's on the hunt, you know. They're on the hunt, you know. They're tired of just sort of making do with, you know, a little, you know, bologna sandwich here and there. You know what I'm saying? They want something more. They want something more substantial to sink their teeth into. This could be a musician they have their eyes on, I have to say, okay? This could be like a musician that's like, you know, top of I just heard top of the groupie chain. I'm sorry, but that's what I heard. So this could be a band that has, you know, they have horns. They play horns. Maybe somebody that you got your eyes set on plays the trombone. I don't know, but I do see here that, you know, somebody wants to take a bite of something, and they might want to be careful because it could be a parasitic fruit here. Right? Be aware of what temptation can lead to in this situation. It's important to be mindful of. All right, what we got here? Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a repeat cycle here. And I definitely see like catfish energy here, you know. This is a very like kind of carnal attraction, carnal desire here. I'm picking up a lot of that. Some of you may even share a child with this person. I do feel like you've been trying to transform this connection, this situation for like a long time. It goes way back, like all the way back to rotary phone days, all right? And it's definitely about that connection, you know, how you connect on that level. You feel like the earth moves when you connect with each other. But it's like giving birth to a skull. It's like as soon as it starts, it ends. That's what I got, you know? The connection has a lot to do with teaching you the art of alchemy because it constantly puts you in a place where you have to transform like your lower nature or your shadow aspects into strengths, you know? You have to turn your fear into courage, you know? You have to turn your blind eye to clear vision, clear sight, facing something squarely, seeing something squarely. So I do feel like there's been a lot of growth through this process. Like you've rebirthed yourself many times through this particular character. And it looks like somebody here in this scenario is cutting themselves free. I mean, I see the feminine and the masculine are both cutting themselves free. And they could be cutting themselves free from something else that's keeping the two of them apart, keeping the two of them from coming together. That's possible. That's possible. Okay. All right, let's see what magics you're going to need to carry you forward on your quest here. All right, we're bringing out the Tarot of the Owls here. Ooh, very good. You already have a certain magic. You've already transformed something, and you do have a bit of a golden egg from a particular goose, I have to say. That makes me think of Capricorn energy here. So this could be something that gives you an advantage in the 10th house that can give you some worldly advancement, or maybe you are really putting a spin on your reputation, or you're doing some very creative PR work. That might be a magic you are going to need to move forward toward a particular beginning you want to have, Taurus. Okay, let's see, what kind of magic? Yes, you might need to cast a little glamour, darling. A little glamour, okay? Any press can be good press if you know how to work with it, all right? So there's something here about being a bit of a spin doctor. You need to put a different spin on something. This is one of the magics that you're going to need to carry you forward in a particular direction that's going to be opening up for you with that hidden path that will come in with the new moon in Sagittarius, November 30th, December 1st. It's going to open up infinite possibilities for you, and also a bit of magic, a bit of Christmas magic, perhaps, a bit of Yuletide magic. Feeling like you're in that snow globe there, but first the shakeup, right? Okay, so the reputation might get a shakeup first. The presentation might get a shakeup first, but it brings in magic. Oh, it brings in 2 of Cups. So there's lovebirds here. There is absolutely a special soulmate coming into view here. This is quite special. Okay, let's see, what is this? What magic will Taurus need to carry forward with them as they head on down this same path? What special magic will Taurus need to carry them forward as they head down this magic path? Okay, anything else before I look at those? I like to give the full shuffle its opportunity. There's a Queen of Swords here on the bottom of the deck. That is air sign energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's coming in with butterfly energy here. So I got like butterfly effect. I feel like something's set in motion that has a far-reaching effect here. Right, and let's see, is this owl coming or going? This owl is coming. So there's another owl heading this way. Okay, so there's somebody coming in toward this Queen of Swords. Let's get some more information here. Oh, and what are they coming in with? They're coming in with that Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so some kind of offer they want to make here. And what do we have here? Oh, the Magician. All right, so somebody is actually ready to take up that spear of Lu, and they're hoping to bring about a rebirth in a connection that went cold. Yes, they've been fending off a lot of adversaries in this regard, okay? They've been fending off a lot of adversaries in this regard, but they do have that Spear of Lu in their hands, and I do feel like they've been successful in fending off opposition here. There's a hermit who's been keeping an eye on this situation in the shadows, but they've seen something about a way forward that one is heading. They have ideas of their own about how they want to move forward too. This could be a Virgo energy, or this could be I don't know why I heard this, but I heard like a Rasputin kind of energy. Interesting. You're also going to have to remember to listen to your own inner guidance as you move forward here. Okay. You could be the person that is being approached here. You could be the person who's activating this transformation. I mean, I do feel like you're activating this transformation, and I say that because you had the golden egg, okay? So there's something that you want to activate here, you want to retrieve it, you want to balance something out karmically so that you can take a stand for what you feel is your destiny here. And it could have been something that was cut off at one point, but it's getting an opportunity to come back to life here. For some of you, it could be with a Virgo. It's possible. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a look here and see what's coming in. Or it could be an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I do see you have the spirit blue. Okay. You have this magic. So you have the ability to transform this situation. It's almost like there's something here that you've already alchemized, and so it's gained you the ability to take a particular action. And it's just waiting for you to do it, and I see you doing it. I mean, we have the Chariot here. It's the crossing energy. It's interesting because that kind of came through with the Seven of Wands. So there could be somebody that's in opposition to this. You may not be outright aware of that because there's cat energy attached to this as well, to this Chariot. This could be connected with a mother or somebody you share a child with. It could also be in relation to somebody with a strong Cancer placement in their chart. This could have something to do with home, or who feels like home to you, okay? There could be some kind of travel connected with this as well. I do feel like you have the power of Freya with you to be able to fend off any opposition that could come your way. The Magician is just such a strong energy of activating the North Node, especially when you get it coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like by springtime, this effort bears fruit. There's something that has transformed here. This is using Fragorock, the answer, the sword of truth, expressing the truth, no longer holding it in, taking off the cloak of imperceptibility, letting your truth be known. This is also taking the action, to activate the transformation with the Seven of Wands. It is the vehicle that moves things forward. And then right after that, we have this beautiful energy of the Magician, Aries energy, Aquarian energy, and it's coming in with all of the aces here. So somebody's all aces, and they're about to make an offer. I got that. And I feel like this is you, like you are holding this energy. You are holding this energy. You are ready to make an offer. There's something you want to transform here. And you have everything you need. But see, it's when you make this offer is when you've obtained these things. So your challenge right now is to get those 4 jewels of the Tuatha De Danann. I see that you've already gotten the sword and the spear of Lu. The thing is, though, is that you haven't acted on it yet. You have not taken the action yet. You have not drawn the sword from its sheath. You have not spoken the truth yet. You have not owned the truth yet. You're still using your cloak of imperceptibility. You also haven't taken the action yet. You already have experienced the transformation within. It just hasn't manifested on the material realm. Out on the quantum field, though, those particles, they're vibrating together. Things are coming into motion. I feel like you've also healed yourself, which is why you want to try to heal or renew with another here. All right, there's something you're wanting to transform here. I'm not sure on what level yet. I mean, we did have the Two of Cups. I mean, that's usually is a pretty strong heart connection there, soulmate energy. Most likely it's love, okay, of the romantic variety. Could potentially be a deep healing with a loved one. Oh, I do see your truth is going to come though. So we do have an ace out here. Here you are. You're getting it in the winter time. Remember, winter is going to be significant for you. So right now you're in this process of you're like you got Fraggle Rock, but you haven't drawn Fraggle Rock from its sheath yet. You haven't pointed it as the answer toward the other, so you can get those missing puzzle pieces that can only come through communication. But I do see this happening, and it inspires new birth. Yes, you will be telling somebody of what you feel here. You're expressing something to someone. You're reaching out to someone in an effort to bring a sense of healing after there has been some kind of major loss here with the Five of Cups. This is a matter you dealt with in the past. It could potentially be with a Leo. It's a situation that you didn't have the strength to overcome in the past. This could also be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper, okay? And there's something you need to resolve here now. I do feel like you will resolve this in the wintertime. You will. Whatever this is, it will be ironed out. It will relieve a great burden, all right? Yes. And I think you'll feel very gratified by this with the Nine of Cups. It will bring a fulfillment. But it's interesting because it looks like that might be a side quest is kind of coming through that way. It feels like it's a stop on the way to your north node. This is something that must be completed. Give me more information about this, and then we're going to dive into your quest read because it's really itching for it. Okay. So there's something here about really paying attention to what will also give you personal gratification. You might be more sort of like privy to look at things as what you need as opposed to what you want. And there's something here about really connecting with what you want in a situation. Maybe because you sacrificed too much for what was needed at times. Yes, and you're wanting to turn something around that always has you feeling like, you just get so close, but then you find like you don't make it into the kingdom. You never get the keys to the kingdom. And I think you and another have been through this quite a few times. You both feel the same thing here. There's crossing the energy here. Yeah, this has been hung up a long time. It's a karmic cycle, and it's time to cut yourself free. Okay, we got Pisces energy here. I think you're getting a new look at a situation. You're starting to understand what's potentially causing problems. I think that you're embracing a bit of fairy sight here. It's like you're looking at something upside down and finally it makes sense to you. But it's sort of like your whole life had to get turned on its head before you would have clear vision in this situation. And then once you do, you take this action. There's some kind of radical transformation happening here that moves things forward. But I feel like you're making a little stop along the way. Like there's somebody here that you recognize was injured and you feel like this has to be healed. And in fact, it might be a bit of karmic debt to resolve this injury, right? Something related to the past. It could be in relation to a Leo or a Cancer, Leo, Cusper, or a Cancer. Have the deck here. Yeah, I mean, this energy needs to be brought into balance. I'm going to turn this around because I know this whole deck is upside down. Yeah, they're trying to get a different view of this situation too. They've been very overwhelmed, and you're here to like relieve a burden. I do feel like I just heard "Running Up That Hill," Kate Bush. That song captures the energy of this situation. Okay. And somebody is needing an assist. That's what I got. Maybe you're used to somebody else kind of taking the lead in this situation. You're like, you're being called on to give the assist in this case. It's interesting. Okay, let's dive into your quest read here. I think you got what it takes though. You got a magic chariot to pull you forward here. You got Fragora. You got the Spirit of Blue. You've already healed within yourself. It's just about finding that healing with the other, which requires you to exercise both of those first two jewels of the Tuatha, the sword and the spear, right? And then you'll have the cauldron of Dagda, and from there, you can find your way to destiny, even if it is a bit of an adventure. Okay, so we're diving in with I call it my fairy deck, and it's the Paulina Tarot. I felt a lot of this kind of like sort of glamour, whimsical energy around you. Where things are just about to get interesting, as I would say. So let's see what this is coming in for you. What is the quest for Taurus spirit? What is the quest for Taurus moving forward toward the stone of destiny, activating their north node? What is the quest for Taurus spirit? What is the quest for Taurus spirit? I saw a flash of the Ace of Cups, so I know this offer is part of it, and it's going to be soon. And there's your energy right there, Taurus, the Empress. We also have Libra energy coming in here as well. So this is you, though, really being in this place of ready to get on with it, You're ready to have your new beginning here. You're ready for the growth. You're ready for the beauty. I think you're feeling really good. I think you're feeling ready for this. You're ready to move into that time of celebration in your life. And you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. And now is when it really starts to pay off, I feel. So, Empress energy, that's real good energy. There's something you're transforming here at the South Node. It's allowing the Empress to have an opportunity to actually go on up and meet that Empress. Let's see what's coming in here. What is the quest ahead for Taurus spirit? What is the quest ahead for Taurus spirit? What is this? The Hermit. It's a road you must walk alone. Yes, you are on that journey of the great bard Taliesin. And I do feel like you are going off a beaten path here. You find yourself in unfamiliar territory. You may be traveling by light of moon. In other words, you're moving in concealment right now. We know this. You're moving alone. You may have broken from a path. I don't know why I got this. You may have gone rogue. You may have started down a particular road with others in tow, and you gave them the slip. That's what I just heard. You gave them the slip. Who did you give the slip? The High Priestess? The High Priestess? Did you give the High Priestess the slip? It's interesting energy. Piscean energy, Cancerian energy. We've got Virgo here too, okay? Give me some more details about this nature of this quest. Looks like we have two spiritual seekers here, and what's crossing them is a Queen of Wands, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who brought some kind of tower in this situation that caused both of these people to feel like they lost the keys to the kingdom. I see that here. There's a couple people here who came between two. They caused division through seduction, right? That is the crossing energy, fire sign energy. Brought some tower down. You could be dealing with an Aries in this situation. You could be dealing with a Scorpio in this situation. You could be dealing with a Virgo or Pisces. Also, a hidden enemy, okay? Somebody you're familiar with that's actually been a bit of a fly in the ointment, and it's up to you to figure this out, where that's coming from. Cut of the deck here. Let's see what we got. It may not be who you suspect. That's what I just heard. It may not be who you suspect. It's not the usual suspects. It's the unusual suspects. King of Swords. You're going to have to use your discernment in this situation. Big Aquarian energy here, okay? There might be something that becomes very clear about where this opposition is coming from once Pluto moves out of Capricorn and moves into Aquarius on the 19th. Very, very soon here, 4 days from now. Pay attention, okay? I feel like that's when you're going to exercise some judgment here. Yes, and you definitely know where you're going and what you're opening the road for. Okay, this is the Three of Wands. So there is something that is coming into view. You got a clear view of what's up ahead. So pay attention. This is a really important time. You got contesters for that stone of destiny. I'm telling you though, and they will try to block your path. You got 4 impious people who think that they can work against you to keep this from coming to fruition. Notice they're holding up those 3 spears there. You know, it's really mirroring that energy of that 3 of Wands. You know, only they're crossing it, and then we got 2 crossing below too, as above, so below. This could even be some people that have been doing some workings here. So do be aware of this here. Let me do a cover deck, see what we got. But this wheel will turn as long as you keep that wheel turning. You know what I'm saying? The wheel in the sky keeps turning. You don't know where you'll be tomorrow, but you know you can't stay here with all this going on. There's somewhere you need to get going. Transformation and healing is in store for you. And you might need to get one of the fixed signs moving in order to get what you want out of this situation. Wheel of Fortune is a card of Sagittarius, okay? So this is some desire to move forward with optimism, tired of the drudgery, wanting to look on the bright side of life, okay? And you could be dealing with a Taurus. I mean, you're a Taurus. You could be dealing with another Taurus. This could be your own stubbornness to sort of like stick to the status quo and sort of stick to your position, not allow yourself to, kind of put your head on the chopping block. That might be how you view it. That's not what you're doing, but that's what you kind of like suspect or fear, because it's hard for you to come up and out with this, I feel. But it's important if you want transformation in this situation. You could be a Scorpio rising too. You could be feeling this really intensely. That would make you a Taurus descendant. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could be dealing with a Leo. Okay, Leo came out quite a bit, right? But something is being healed, transformed, and then you're moving on. You're moving on somewhere. Yep, you're moving on somewhere. See, I told you, it's more like you're taking a little side quest here. You're like, I got to build a bridge over that troubled water. A lot of song titles coming in. Somebody's been listening to a lot of old music. I'm picking up like 70s, 70s rock, old music. They've been listening to a lot of music lately. It's been making them think of old times. And they're ready to build a bridge and get over it because they want to get where they need to go. They've invested a lot in a particular direction, but they know their path's calling them elsewhere. I got, okay. That's your quest, ma'am. You got to turn that wheel of fortune. The only way to do that is change your fixed hand into an open hand, a fluid hand, okay? Don't hold on so tightly. Hold on loosely. There's some people that are hearing this that are like, I don't know what she's talking about, and others of you are cracking up because you get all these song titles that are from that era. Okay, what is Taurus's nemesis on the path to the stone of destiny? What is Taurus's nemesis on the path to the stone of destiny? What is Taurus's nemesis on the path to the stone of destiny? Well, not letting go. I told you, you gotta hold on loosely, man. What's your problem? You can't hold on too tight. You gotta understand at this point, you don't have the reins right now. With the four of swords in reverse, my way or the highway is gonna find you hitchhiking on the side of the road when somebody kicks you out of their car, man. But that came out the King of Cups. There's that water sign energy again. Yeah, Yeah, that doesn't work. Somebody in the past has been way too selfish in this situation. It is coming out with that King of Cups, with the Nine of Cups here. You know, they've been thinking about their fulfillment, their gratification, and that might be why there's been blocks in place in this situation. But I see that there's also been a lot of projection and deflection in this situation. There's blocks that have been keeping the transformation at bay, all right? And this is what it's all about. You know, it's like how to get beyond the need to like manipulate and block and withhold to try to get one's way too. So somebody has been working with a little bit of that, you know, a little bit of that power play. Yeah, and that's really poor judgment here. This is going to keep you down in that karmic cycle forever with judgment in reverse. I mean, whoever's been playing this game that's been using the water in a manipulative way, holding back emotion or, you know, manipulating with emotions, like that's not going to work out very well for them, okay? No, 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 no. In fact, it's already turned things really sour here, I see, with that Knight of Cups in reverse. What's the crossing energy? The devil. I mean, this is the energy that needs to be transformed here. Somebody also is wishy-washy. That's what I got. Now I'm in, now I'm out. Now I want it, now I don't. Oh, look, woo, sparkly, shimmery thing over there. You know? Third party dynamic kind of energy. Somebody likes to have a good time. They like their women, wine, and song. They have too many late nights at the tavern. You know, you get the call late at night to come and pick them up. Okay, yeah, somebody really likes to drink. They got that strong water sign energy on that. Okay, somebody really likes to indulge. They like to indulge. Right? They might have blocked some time off to try to kind of clear their head. All right. Somebody may realize that they are their own worst enemy. They're trying to address that. With that, we got the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. But I have to say, probably Leo rising coming in quite strongly with that, because we've had a lot of Aquarius reference out here. And Leo rising is Aquarius Descendant. It could also be Cancer, Leo, Cusper, right? I pick up Leo very strongly here. It could be Sagittarius too, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out. Could be Aries as well. I mean, we do have the Tower there. It could be any of these energies. I do feel like this person has strong fire in their chart. They're very independent. They have a tendency to be more kind of like big boss energy, at least in their mind. They like to throw their weight around. That's what I got. Okay. They like to be in charge. They say how it goes. They kind of really hold that energy. Let me do a cut of the deck there. Yeah. Somebody, you know, they like to conquer. And it's and sometimes it, you know, what's the cost of winning here? There's like a lot of collateral damage along the way. Somebody's learned something here though. And they're coming back like Ilbe, the retriever of lost things, and saying, hey, you know, I did get a lesson out of it. Does it count for something? Can it earn me rebirth in this situation here? Can we give it another shot? Yeah, that's how that's coming through, okay? That's what's been working against this situation, okay? There's some kind of destructive element in play. To me, it feels like it's a vice, you know what I mean? It's a way somebody likes to indulge for personal gratification. They like to get their yayas in. They like to party. They like to have a good time. It's good in the moment, right? It's good in the moment. And then later they regret it. They regret it. And then they feel like it's too late. But I'm getting this. This is really interesting, but it's almost like this person has to do that. That's how they maintain interest. Like there's something that just can only allow them to be invested if there's some kind of possibility that they could lose it. Does that make sense? That's how it's coming through. If this person doesn't feel like they're in jeopardy of losing a connection, then they don't do nothing, man. They just indulge themselves in their own whims and desires. Oh, but if they're in danger of losing you, all of a sudden, here come the bells and whistles. Here comes the big show, And it's a bit of wag the dog, I have to say, because it's like, yeah, but what are you covering up back there? You know what I mean? It's got that kind of energy. So this is the nemesis too. You have to look at your role in that, okay? The way you feed into that, whether it's you who plays this role or whether, you operate in such a way with another where you purposely turn a blind eye, because you would rather just, get to the fireworks. Get to the fireworks. You want to get to the passion, the excitement, but there's something here that's like, you can't really ignore that part, okay? Let's see, what is the spirit ally for Taurus? Moving forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny. What is Taurus's spirit ally as they move forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny? What is Taurus's spirit ally as they move forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny? What is Taurus's spirit ally as they move forward on their quest for the Stone of Destiny? Stop playing it so safe, man. Okay? With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, like, stop it. You're like too guarded. You're not allowing any spontaneity to come in. You're like trying to plan things too much. You're trying to play it too safe, and you're robbing yourself of all the magic. It wants to weave its way into your world, man. There are no safe spaces where you're going, so you may as well face it now and get over that fear, okay? There's no safe spaces. Any safe space, around opening up your heart on this level to the Wheel of Fortune, to, the Two of Cups energy here, to the Magician. I mean, come on. Give me a break. To the High Priestess. I mean, this is some real heavy hitter energy here. Stop playing. You don't get to be safe if you want all that magic in your life. Or you can just choose to play it safe. You can continue to entertain meaningless garbage, right? Or you can use that Spear of Luke here and activate the transformation. You will succeed. You will. You will succeed. You will do this. You're going to take some kind of action here. The wand is in your hand. Like, you are the one who has the ability to do this. That is your ally. You have to use the Spear of Blue. You got to shoot your shot. You have to take an action to transform this situation. You can't just sit here anymore. And I don't think you will. And it could be in connection to a Sagittarius, because we do have the owl here showing up with that Ace of Wands. Okay? Sagittarius is owl on the medicine wheel. I also feel like there's something magical that's being activated here. You're going to do this before it hits winter solstice. This will occur while it's still fall. I feel that very strongly. This will come in here. But it's sort of like saying, maybe that's giving you a time limit. Is this a time limit? It might be like time's up if you don't take an action by then. Let me see. I kind of just got that message. Let me see. Is this a time limit? Do they need to take this action by fall if they hope to achieve their desire and affect this transformation here? Do they need to take this action by fall? Spirit. It needs. No. You got the Four of Swords crossing here, crossing the Wheel of Fortune. This is saying the action you need to take is you need to completely let go and let another lead in this situation. And that might frighten you. That might frighten you because you fear deception from this individual, but there's no deception there. Oh, but this is what blocks your way, the way you're in conflict within yourself about this. Let me see a cut of the deck here. What do we got? Look, there's Ace of Pentacles coming in now with the Ace Wands. There you go. Okay, so you've had, that Ace of Swords, you got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. All you're missing is that Ace of Cups. Well, in order to get that, you have to start the journey of the Fool here. You need to take the action to take the leap of faith. Your only transformation with that Phoenix energy there, you got to take a risk, man. You got to make an offer. You got to put your money where your mouth is. That's how it's coming out. It's put up or shut up time. That's what I just heard. Put up or shut up time, Taurus. Okay, what is the lay of the land for Taurus on the way to activating this destiny? What is the lay of the land for Taurus on the way to activating the stone of destiny? You feel like you don't have any help. You feel like, it's not fair that you should have to take the action. But I mean, there's something about you taking the action. I don't make the rules, man. This is like spirit saying this is something you got to balance out. I don't know what to tell you. You feel it's not fair. That's what I got. It is clearly showing you taking some action here. You got to wait for the right moment to act, though. You'll know. That's what I got. You'll know. And the action you need to take is you got to let somebody lead, which means you got to let go. Your action is you got to let go. Isn't that ironic? It's like it's an action, but you got to let go. You got to let somebody lead. You got to let somebody lead here. And you, in some way, you don't think that's fair because you don't necessarily trust this person. It makes you feel like you don't have control of the situation, but that's the whole point. Okay, what is the lay of the land? What is the lay of the land for Taurus as they head on up to their stone of destiny? What is the lay of the land for Taurus? I'm sorry, it's the fire sign energy in reverse. You're like, they're too controlling, like you're arguing right now. You're already arguing with them. They're too controlling. Well, I mean, it says that they should be the one to lead in this situation, and maybe they come off as too controlling to you because you're trying to control something too much, and that's what's throwing off this balance. Yeah, they're like, will you get out of my way so I can do what needs to be done here, man? You could have strong fire and earth in their chart. They have King of Pentacles here, right? This king knows how to get stuff done, I have to tell you. And now we had the King of Wands come out upright before. So I know he's upright, but your perspective is that he's out of balance. And he's not. It's that you want to take over his role. And that's not your role to play in this situation. Do you understand that you are dealing with an emperor energy here? Because we have the King of Wands came out upright before. We have the King of Pentacles also upright. We have the King of Cups upright. And we have the King of Swords upright. So that means the masculine in this situation is on top of it. You see, but that also applies for you because we have the Empress energy, right? On the bottom of the deck. You see, this is the problem. The Empress needs to be able to let the Emperor lead. And it's not that she's not in her power, but she brings the creative energy through, It's their synergy of them being together. It's the beautiful dance of the way they join together that makes all the beauty come forward through their connection. And it can't be like somebody trying to adopt the other's role in this situation. It's somebody hasn't been allowed to lead in this situation, and that's not befitting of an emperor. I see that very strongly. Now, you can be an emperor Taurus. You know what I'm saying? I would say if you are an emperor Taurus at this point, you're allowing somebody to fuel your fire too much. Now your fire is going to start being used in a more destructive or selfish kind of way. All right. So there might be a need to cool off a little bit. If you are a feminine in this situation. It's that you are butting heads with somebody who maybe you've never dealt with somebody who really is empowered, you know? You're used to kind of like calling the shots or running the show. And this person's like, nope, nope. I know what needs to happen here, and I have to defer to the masculine in this situation. I do. I mean, you got to allow yourself to trust this person. If you want to transform this, you're going to have to trust this person. I see that, and that's the action you need to take to give over your trust. To you, it feels like sacrificing your power, and it's the opposite. It's your empowerment, and you would understand that if you did it. Okay. What is the beef here? I mean, I think I already know what the beef is, but what is the beef here in this situation for Taurus? What is the beef here for Taurus in this situation, Spirit? What is the beef for Taurus in this situation, Spirit? Look, see, I'm telling you, look, Empress comes out crossing this emperor who is not being recognized as such. That's what it is. Somebody has a false view of a masculine in this situation. You are not recognizing that this is an emperor you are dealing with. And that's where you're dropping the ball, I have to say. And it's like you want this new beginning, you want this beauty, you want all this growth. But there's a need to overcome this challenge here. And you very well could be dealing with a Leo. And now they're getting angry about it, I have to say. And what you should do is encourage a little communication here, because in some way they feel like you're not allowing them, to hold their power in the connection. It's a bone of contention between the two of you. And somebody's really stewing on it. And they may be coming off angry, but they're angry because they're hurt. Okay? That's how it's coming through. Not letting the emperor lead. The emperor needs to lead. That's the way it is. It is. It's the way it is. No. You may be the persuasion where you're like, well, I want to be the leader in my own life. You may be, and this could be you making that choice. Like, I don't want to deal with any of this. You could have left a relationship where you felt like you were being too controlled, and you're like, no, now it's time to hold court over my own life. And so I'm leaving all this behind. And you may be using a little bit of fire, like a little bit of aggression to sort of, blaze a trail ahead. Be careful you don't use so much fire that you end up burning a bridge you may have to cross down the line about that, okay? But that's the beef. This is a power dynamic here that's a little off kilter, right? Yeah, and this is what you're meant to do. You're meant to be in this beautiful synergy with each other. See, it's a very magical connection here. I do feel like somebody's going to reach out. They may even reach out the old-fashioned way. They may send a Christmas card. They may send snail mail. Somebody does pay attention to details. Maybe they know you love a handwritten letter. Somebody loves receiving handwritten letters. They love old-fashioned things. They love old school approaches. They want to be courted, this kind of energy. Somebody may be willing to, weave a little magic into this connection to make it possible. This Gemini energy coming in there. They know what it might take to make something work, to speed things up a little bit. Like, they know how they could turn this around, okay? But you got to work together. If you don't work together, there's going to be problems here. And that's the challenge. That's the beef. And that's the meat of the matter. That's what you need to overcome. So let's see, what are the consequences that Taurus has to deal with as a result of their past actions, Spirit? What are the consequences that Taurus needs to deal with as a result of their past actions, Spirit? What are the consequences that Taurus needs to deal with as a result of their past actions, Spirit? What are the consequences that Taurus needs to deal with as a result of their past actions? There's something here, about sort of like keeping an eye on things, strategizing, okay? With the Page of Swords here, you know, I do feel like you've had your sights set on something here. Perhaps online. Ted's kind of like knocking his head against a door there. Maybe you've been banging your head against a door, trying to figure out, how do I get this thing to open? You're trying to figure out your strategy. Yeah, you want something to grow, but you feel really burdened here about what action do I need to take? So because you didn't really know what action to take, how to put a certain plan in motion, you might have been like snooping around a little bit. You might have been doing some intel. You might have been keeping an eye on stuff online. Let's see what consequences will you deal with as a result of that. I mean, I feel like there's some message coming in, or that may have been what got you to a place of readiness to issue a message, or somebody would be ready to issue a message to you. Could be an Aquarius, okay? Could be reaching out to you. Aquarius has come out a few times. And just as I said that, the Knight of Wands came rushing in right on top of the Lovers. So yes, if you have not heard from an Aquarius, or you were in contact with somebody online and they went MIA on you, you may have suspected, are they still keeping an eye on me? Yes, okay. So something will be moving forward here. I do feel like this person is going to reach out to you. And they might invite you to go on some kind of trip or something, right? You've been focusing on your healing, it looks like. You know, you've been just sort of reflecting and taking care of yourself here, trying to stay balanced as you've been moving through kind of a challenging time here. But I do feel like somebody's seen this, you know, and they're going to reach out to you, I feel, okay? There's going to be some communication coming in here. It'll take you by surprise, but I think you'll see this as a good thing, okay? I do. I think you'll see it as a good thing. Somebody's going to ring you up there, right? All right, what is the power for Taurus to gain through self-mastery in this situation? What is the power for Taurus to gain through self-mastery in this situation, Spirit? What is the power for Taurus to gain through self-mastery in this situation, Spirit? What is the power for Taurus to gain through self-mastery in this situation, Spirit? Oh, look at that. Crossing the finish line, at least for this chapter, for this leg of the journey. There's some arrival point here. There's an alignment happening here with the Four of Wands. It does bring a spirit of celebration, okay? So this is about bring yourself into alignment to align with another here, right? Don't give up just yet. Something is about to come into view that you might not think possible, but you'll have quite a different perspective, all right? If you just sort of maybe master some of your impulses to act too fast, or try to, you know, get a grip on a situation when it really could do with a little bit more room for magic to come in. I have to say that's what it looks like here. Let there be space for magic to come through. Yeah, because that's what's holding things up here, okay? So you really need to temper sort of this desire to withhold taking action because you want to have control over a situation. That's what it looks like. And this could be in connection with an Aquarius, or could be in connection with an Aries, with the full energy coming in here. But this is also about opening your road so you can transform your fate into destiny and achieve that stone of destiny, okay? You can't do that in this situation if you behave foolishly. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread, right? So there is something here about create a little space for magic to come through, right? It will quickly. The minute you truly let go, there's too much sort of strategizing, I feel, in a situation that needs a little bit more spontaneity and room for synchronicity to work its magic. That's what I got. Currently, the road is closed because you're still trying to exercise too much control. It's almost this Empress energy trying to exercise too much control in the situation is what's blocking the way from, ironically, the Empress being able to come into union with the Emperor, right? So There's something that needs to be really paid attention to here. It's kind of funny, I have to say. Yeah. Temper the urge to rush in where angels fear to tread. That's what I got for that energy there, okay? What's at stake for you and those who will be joining you on this road to your destiny? What's at stake for Taurus and those who will be joining them on this road that opens up here once they let go and let the emperor lead? Your fat chance. Somebody really has a problem with this. Like, they really have a hard time with this. They have a hard time letting somebody lead who thereby, they end up feeling disempowered, because they're not allowed to really exercise their power in the connection. Okay. I'm telling you, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is a matter that really needs to be settled. This is what's at stake. The 10 of Pentacles. What you hope to build that will be built to last for your future. You arriving at that place where you're like, I made it. I'm sliding into home plate here. I found that place where I belong. I'm building with another here. Also, for those of you that are really seeking some kind of material success in your life. And, maybe this could even be somebody that you're partnering with. It could be coming in that way for some of you, You're building a dream together. You're building a vision together. You each have creative input here. But somebody's trying to take the reins too much, is not valuing the creative input of the other. And that's why this thing is on hold. Like, nothing's happening with it. Production's on hold, okay? This needs to be turned around because it needs to be teamwork is what makes this dream work. I'm telling you. And there's something here where there needs to be a recognition that in a particular area here, somebody has a certain expertise and they should lead, and the other should trust their judgment in this regard. And that simple act of trust is what transforms this situation. So you can get back to building this dream and building something that's built to last, right? That's how it's coming through, right? What's at stake for the new world that Taurus wants to bring into being here? Well, that just flew away there, so let's see what that is. Oh my gosh. Even your abundance here. Come on, man. You're even holding back your own growth here. That's what that is. You're holding back growth in this situation with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody's playing it way too safe. Way too safe. Yeah. Way too safe in terms of sort of like what they're presenting to the outside world. Like, they're not being vulnerable enough. They're not expressing what they're really feeling. They're too much operating in the shadows here, too much plotting, keeping an eye on things, paying attention to what's going on online, intel, cloak of imperceptibility. That's the problem here. Everything's veiled and so vague. And so then there's no clear direction forward. And yet here's somebody who says, I know the way and I can take charge, right? And the Empress is like, yeah, I lead. That's how it's coming through. Okay? So there needs to be the dance. The dance. Okay? You ever seen two dancers? This analogy came in the other night. I can't remember on what read it came in. But have you ever seen two dancers and they're both trying to lead? It's a mess. It's a mess. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. So something is like, time's up. It's time to go through a transformation here. This could be coming through super strong for those of you that have strong Scorpio placements in your chart, or if you're Scorpio rising, there is a transformation that needs to happen in this situation. It's so, so important. For this new world you want to bring in being, you don't understand how this holdup is also moving you out of your power. It's moving you out of your growth, right? Once you see it, it'll kind of blow your mind. I have to say, this is a little bit of self-sabotage in this situation coming through here. All right. What's the cookie? What's the cookie for Taurus? Let's give them some kind of sweet reward to set their sights on here to get them looking at things a little bit differently in this situation. What's the cookie for Taurus moving forward toward this destiny they want to activate here? Looks like somebody of importance is playing a role here, and Mercury is playing a role here in this situation. Oh, your fears. I'd be so surprised if you're not dealing with the Leo. Look at that Leo energy hounding over you. There's something about the past. It haunts you, man. Oh, we already know that. You got regret. I should have said that. I should have did that, you know. And now I don't know the way forward, you know. Everything's veiled from me. I don't have, you know, access like I used to here. But, you know, there's only one way through fear. And that's to face it squarely, okay? So let's see what this is. What is the cookie? What is the cookie for Taurus in this situation, Spirit? What is the cookie for Taurus in this situation, Spirit? Ooh, it landed right over his King of Cups, which is upright, I must say. He's coming out upright, okay? And he came out with some sketchy energy, but see, look, the Magician again. You've had the Magician come out twice. Twice. You called it in. You called it in. You know, you called it in. And then it's like you called it in and you're not doing anything with it. And it's strange. It's strange because there's a desire for renewal here with the Magician. There's a desire to revive something, you know, and it may seem a bit miraculous. How could this thing revive? But you called it in, you know, you called it in. And this is sort of saying like, all you need to do is take the action and it's here. What you wanted, you called it in. It's here, but you're not taking the action, you know. You've already done all the alchemy work. The last thing that needs to be done is the Pentacle, actually taking the action. And I got this strongly. If you're the feminine in this situation, the action you're supposed to take is you're supposed to be letting go so the Emperor can leave. So, and if you're the masculine, it's this energy that it's like shit or get off the pot, you know, because you are looking at what you don't have. And it's like, it's all there for the taking as soon as you take the action. You decide when you have this. You called it in. Are you showing up for it or not? That's the way it's kind of coming through, I have to say. Let me do a cut of the deck on that. See what we got here. Again, you know, Magician energy, got Aquarius, we got Aries there, okay? Yeah, 7 of Wands. You already got it. And in fact, it's already yours as soon as you claim it. Look at this. But there's all this like opposition here, you know? There's all this opposition that has served as a distraction. And, you know, maybe you did deal with opposition on the way to this dream, activating this dream. But now you're kind of in a position where you almost pulled your energy back so much that you're not even accessible here. My God, okay? Yeah, and you better be ready because this transformation is coming in here. There's the butterfly energy again, right? So this is a lot of messages coming in. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. This is Mary Poppins kind of vibes. Mary Poppins? Mary Poppins kind of vibes. I don't know. Maybe somebody's been too controlling that way. Did somebody make a puppet? Did somebody make a puppet to try to get somebody to do their bidding? They were tired of them having all the control. It's possible. I said it. Mary Poppins energy. I do feel like somebody manifested another here. Pick that up very strongly. Okay. Well, here it is. Here it comes. 8 weeks tops. This thing is in motion here. It's already in motion. I'm telling you, this is coming in. This is communication. This is the arrows of love. right? This is the transformation point. Are you ready for it? Do you want the cookie? It's up for you. It's up for you. You ordered this, your order's up. It's up for you. Do you want it? There's the rebirth energy right there. You're going to activate it with the Knight of Swords. What does it require you do? You got to speak that truth. You got to live by that truth. This is the energy rushing forward. Can be in some cases a real declaration, a declaration of love in some cases, a firm declaration of intention, like this is what's happening here. I do feel this is the Emperor doing this. This is the masculine energy doing this, okay? What is the target? What is the target that Taurus should be aiming for in relation to that new moon that comes in Sagittarius on November 30th, December 1st? What is the target that Taurus should set their sights on for that new moon? This is one phase of the journey. There will be many phases, but this opening wave on the road to the stone of destiny, let's see what your target should be for you to hit the mark. You got to find a workable way to move something forward. And in some cases, some of you do need to look at who you're working with in this situation, okay? Let me get more details about that. This also could have to do with some kind of reinvention, revamp in a project, okay? And a desire for advancement, big advancement, but there's something off here. The wrong person is taking lead on this project, and it's what's making everything, come to a grinding halt. You also may feel like you're not getting any visibility. It might be because you're doing something in an old way, and it doesn't speak to people. You need to bring something really authentic to the table. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing. That won't get you where you want to go. Yeah. Either way, whether this is something like that, like you're trying to make a dream possible here, or whether you're wanting to have a revival in a very special connection. I mean, there's somebody else here you're dealing with, but I do see that there's too much guarding here. You're playing it way too safe, okay? Way, way, way too safe. So whatever you can do to sort of like get over that, for some of you, you feel safe when you feel like you have control of something and you're being asked to let go of control and let another take the lead. That's what you need to do. For others of you that are supposed to be the one that actually makes this move and gets the ball rolling here to take charge in a situation, you're playing it too safe, or you're withholding taking the action to try to have control or the upper hand in a situation. And it's going to work against you, okay? So whatever you need to do to get brave, that's what you need to do to make this work, to get things in working order and get this moving forward. Kind of the deck energy. What have we got here? And there is something you need to walk away from, okay? And I feel like it's an approach to this, it's time to cross that bridge and get over it, get to the other side if you want to see this grow. It's coming through so clearly, or you can continue to carry the burden of everything, that you're holding inside of you here, and it's not going to get you where you need to go. You're just always going to sit here going, why won't it come to fruition the way I want it to? Because you're not getting out of the way. You're not getting out of the way. See? Now that Six of Pentacles is upright. Give and take, okay? You got to let somebody take the lead here, though. I feel that very strongly. We're going to get you some letters here, and we'll get you some numbers, too. So we'll see what channeled messages want to come out here. You have to forgive me. I need to take a little swig here of my seltzer water. My throat gets so dry this time of year. And with all the talking, it's only amplified. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's get you some messages on our little makeshift spirit board here for Taurus. What messages do you have for Taurus spirit? All right. I have Co here. So yeah, this could have something to do with a company, like launching a company. This is also like it needs to be a cooperative energy. At times, it may have been a more codependent kind of energy, and there's a need to bring this into balance. Somebody here is like cope with it. Like that's where somebody's at. Like they feel like, look, you need to get over your ego in this situation. That's what somebody feels. There's ego here. Sometimes you have to let another person lead here. I got cop. Okay. Somebody may also feel like it's a bit of a cop out, it's a bit of cop out that like somebody wants another to be really vulnerable in this situation or reveal all their intentions, but they'll never cop to what they feel in this situation. It's like they'll never allow themselves to be more vulnerable. Somebody has a real issue with that. You also could be dealing with a cop, okay? That could be this person's profession. Or you feel like they monitor you like that, like they have all these rules for you, and you might be rebelling a little bit in this connection if you feel like the person's too controlling. And with that, I have the name Val. Okay. Valerie. Yeah, I just got like an image of Val Kilmer, and it made me think of the movie The Doors, made me think of Jim Morrison's relationship with Pamela. It's like that kind of relationship. With that, I got Michigan coming in there. Okay. Let's see here. I got the name Seba. Okay. We got Tulsa, Oklahoma coming in. Okay. It's a city there. Someone's been having a lot of lucid dreams recently with this person in them. So you all may have been connecting in dream time around one another. I got an X in relation to that. Okay. Got the name Rex. We got the name Ron. Okay. Ronald. McDonald. Somebody likes McDonald's. Somebody's an MC. So they may like MC events. They might be like a club promoter or something like that. Or they may be, an MC on the mic. Okay. They could be, a rapper, MC. See if anything specific comes out. That's interesting. Ren. Okay. Somebody might have gone through AA, and this can really help situation quite a bit. I also got Gucci here. Somebody is a big spender, so somebody that might be, an issue that needs to be resolved in the situation as well. Somebody likes the finer things. They spend a lot of money. They spend a lot of money. Somebody spends a lot of money on pot. I got that too, okay? Somebody could be a pot fed in this situation. Somebody really loves pot. I see that. Love came right after pot, okay? Somebody has a little pot belly. They love that. They love that little bit of gush gush. They think it's sexy. That's what I just heard. So don't you worry about that, Mel. Okay? Mel, Melanie, don't worry about that. They like that. Coming through. Okay. I got the name Lisa. I got Gucci name too. Oh, here we go again. All right, I know I might need to get off of this. I might need to get off of this track because there's some interesting energy that's very much out in the ether right now around all the celebrity stuff going on. I have Bat here, so that's big rebirth energy. Okay, somebody could be really into Batman. I see. All right. Anything else here? Yeah, I think, you like the fantasy of this person. It's just really hard to ground it in real life. That's what I see. I have to bring it in because it's coming in here. Somebody maybe was essayed in the past, and because of this, they have a really hard time opening up intimately. Right? Somebody might need to exercise like a little bit more sensitivity with somebody, okay? Somebody loves to dance the salsa. Okay? They know how to tear up the floor, man. I got glue, like I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you. I feel like there's been a little immaturity in this situation. This connection may also go way back. Okay. That's South Carolina, San Antonio, LA. Somebody's just waiting for the cue that it's go time. All right. That's what I got. All right. Just as, whoa, what's that? The letter I is really important here. Okay. Also, I feel like somebody, is very much an individual in this situation. And somebody does want to take the lead here, but another's resistance to letting them do that is what's holding up the show. And I got RP with that. That makes me think Runner Park. I have to tell you. Pretty random, but that's in Northern California, North Bay area. Okay. Let's get you some numbers. Let's see if any other identifying factors come out. Information here. I got a 2. I got a 3. I got a 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. something, you know, once this initial ace is used, it's like everything just kind of, it's one step leads to another. One thing leads to another. I got that song, okay? Yeah, somebody's listening to like 70s rock, man. I'm telling you here. All right. 1, 2, 3. Somebody could have like OCD. They count. They have like counting rituals to, you know, keep their mind calm. Let's see what else we got here. The 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd of December could be very significant. So we know that new moon will be coming in on November 30th, December 1st. So I feel like once we're in the light building phase of that new moon, those 3 days, December 1st through 3rd, something really important is happening in that time. You could be dealing with a life path number 6. You could be dealing with a life path number 5. You could be dealing with a life path number 4. You could be dealing with a life path number 3. You could be dealing with all those characters, I have to say. Again, sequential order. You know, you may have had to have experiences with all these different characters to come to a final solution in a situation, all right? We have the month of January, especially the 1st, okay? So big changes moving into the new year here. Again, the opening to the new year is really important. Also, those first 3 months of 2025, lots of big changes in store in a relationship. Lots of communication about how do we move forward here, okay? January, February, March coming in. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with an Aries in this situation, okay? That's what I got. Get on it, man, or stop it, depending on which side you're on. Chicks, just hang back, man. Empresses, let the emperor lead, okay? You won't regret it. You won't regret it, you know? Let them be in their power, man. I mean, isn't that what drew you to them in the first place? So let them do it. You might be surprised how empowering it is for you to actually trust them and let them lead. It's a little food for thought.